Hello all my Eclipse friends from around the world. I'm so glad to have heard from many of you. Well, this week we're going to be talking about how to resolve a conflict before you even use it, which is really important if you're doing real time. So come on, let's go into Cosmo's Corner, shall we? This dictionary open that I've created for this video, and I'm going to teach you how to resolve a conflict before you even use it, so that if you're doing real time, that you will be able to have it probably come out pretty close to the way it should be, as opposed to picking the wrong one or having both conflicts show up on your real-time screen and you're kind of looking embarrassed because they're thinking, well, did they write as well, swell, as well, swell twice, or what's going on over there? How are they writing? So let's pick that one right now. So if we open up this dictionary entry, AI is what you're interested in for this particular video, and that stands for artificial intelligence. And as you can see here, it's learned no rules, no artificial intelligence. Now that's the great thing about Eclipse and the software, is it loves conflicts for the most part. There are a few it has issues with, but for the most part, it's pretty darn good at picking the correct conflict. So don't be afraid to put in conflicts. All right, so let's go into advanced, because that's where we're going to teach it a rule. And so here we have this blank screen. And how do we get a rule into here? We do add. So let's think of how that could be resolved. Let's see. How about she as well, and then we're not quite sure what could follow, so we'll leave that part blank. So let's go through the steps. So she is what we want before the conflict, so that is going to be a pronoun, which I don't see right here. So let's click the down arrow, pronoun, there we go, pronoun. We click OK. And we're going to click which one of these two? As well. Okay. And if I'm not really sure what's going to follow afterwards, it's okay not to pick anything, not to pick any of these, and not to pick any from this drop-down menu. It's all right. So I'm just going to hit OK, and you'll see what happens. Unknown. So here we have she, a pronoun, could be he, they. So we have a pronoun, as well, and unknown. So that has learned, Eclipse has learned a rule. You can guide it so when you start writing, this conflict will resolve if a pronoun comes before. Let's do the other one. Let's add another one. This time the word is swell. I usually think of swell here, since I live close to the ocean, the swells of the sea. So the is an article, so we're going to pick article. Okay. Swell. Okay. And how about the swell is? Yep, that works. Verb. There you go. The swell is. So I've already taught it two rules that it's going to learn when I start using this conflict, because it's going to be able to resolve, and it's not going to come up, you know, as well as swell when I use it. So I'm going to click OK and OK. Now look what's happened. If you look over here on this right here under AI for artificial intelligence, it has two rules it's already learned. And if you look down at the next one, you'll see that this rule, there's 141 rules in this one. This is the word sir, and you can use this for sir, ma'am, judge, magistrate, your honor, officer, any of those nouns of addresses that come up. We're going to go in here, and I'm going to show you. Here are all the rules for this. There are a lot of rules. But what I really wanted to show you for this is, as you can see here, I also have the punctuation in here. Now next week, we're going to be talking about how to put in punctuation conflicts so that they pick the right one, which is amazing because, as I said, Eclipse loves conflicts. So you're in my Cosmo corner here in my office this week. I had a little extra time, so I thought I would do it in my office. And so now you know how to resolve a conflict. Don't be afraid to go in there, create a conflict, and start resolving it. Start thinking in your mind, is it an article, a, an, or the, a pronoun? Is it a verb? How about a dash? All these sorts of things that can come before. Pick your conflict. Which one is it going to be? And then, of course, if you don't know what might follow, just leave it blank and click OK, and unknown will come up. Or pick, like we did, verb in the swell. The swell is. So that's all there is to it. And then if it doesn't resolve, it's okay. There's a couple of macros you can use, and we'll get into that on another video. Or when you're editing, you just pick one, conflict 2, or conflict 3. And you can tell it which one you want. And then when you do that, it learns, okay, well, there was a noun, a pronoun, a comma, a period, and then something that followed it. So it patches, if you will, all of these things around your conflict and the way you've resolved it. So as you can see, 141 rules in this one and only 2 in the other. And as well is going to come up, and when it does, the swell is high, the swell is low. It's going to know already. I don't have to worry about as well swell coming up in my transcript. So get in there, start resolving conflicts. Don't be afraid to put them in your dictionary. It's okay. I know some people have this taboo about, oh, I don't have any conflicts. You know what? It's okay. Put in a conflict. And next week, I'm going to teach you how to do conflicts with punctuation. That is huge. I write very little punctuation. Why? Because I know my Eclipse software will put it in for me. And I know you'll be ready to hear all about that next week. So from my office here in San Diego, thank you for joining me in Cosmo's Corner. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.